blood and fire emblem on the gates, and so we went in and they had pictures and things showing the snow and conditions that, you know, we just didn't know that existed until we got there, but we were sure we were at the right place, and it was. But that meant a lot to them, and now they want to go back and take their sons and daughters back to visit the area we went to.
Awesome.
You know, so, and our daughter, I thought about that. I never put a book or anything together about it, but when we came back, she took the pictures and things that we had made on the trip and put them together in one book, you know, where we traveled and what we saw.
And scrapbook type.
Yeah, scrapbook kind of thing. But we had a lot of pictures with it. But that made it good, and they wanted to know. They said, before you die, we want to know, you know, more about your experiences there, which was wonderful. I mean, and just us.
Right.
My wife wanted to go, but she has a knee problem that prevents her from doing a lot of walking or climbing or anything.
Right.
So she didn't go. But we were gone 10 days, and it was a wonderful 10 days. And we just wished that my buddy could have gone with us.
Right.
That would have made it perfect if he could have gone.
How old were you? So you were a junior, so you've been what, 19?
I was 20s.
20s? Early 20s?
20.
Gotcha.
I think I was wounded when I was 21.
Completely random question. Do you remember where you kept your cigarettes when you weren't using them?
I didn't smoke regularly.
You didn't smoke?
I was a smoker. I guess I did smoke a few cigarettes over there, but I mean,
You didn't keep it?
no, never
Okay.
smoked. Never smoked. I think that's probably
Why you're still here.
That's part of it, I'd say. The other thing, I have another theory. You've got to keep moving.
Yes, sir.
Once you've become immobile,
Things go downhill real fast.
things go downhill fast. I
Yes,
mean,
sir.
your body's meant to, you've got to work.
Right.
Stay active.
Yeah.
My dad's...
I wake up at 6 every morning and I go out and water plants. I work from 6 until just before you came. I got a shower and got finished. But I was outside working, watered my neighbors and somewhere on vacation, so I had to water all his plants plus all my things outside.
Gotcha.
And but you got to have, I think, something active to do. And secondly, something that you're interested in.
Right.
You know, I mean, something to look forward to, like
Exactly.
maybe going to the beach or you know, doing something that you enjoy doing.
Well, you obviously enjoy cultivating plants.
Yeah,
so,
yeah, I do. I enjoy working with plants. I mean, to me, as I tell people, the profession that I selected, I never felt I was working. You know what I mean? I was doing what I enjoyed doing.
Exactly.
I like to be outside working on plants and that sort of thing. And that's what I was doing. And then it gravitated to where I coordinated the international program for the university. I was chairman of the university-wide committee till I retired, 11 years.
Right.
Yeah. And we had projects in Sri Lanka, Philippines, long-term Philippines. I had people stationed there, and I never stayed more than a week or 10 days to check on the projects. But and a lot in Africa. We had in 5 countries in Africa: Nepal, Sri Lanka, Philippines. Let's see, where else did we go? Nepal was one of the most fascinating. To me, I mean, I always really enjoyed going back. If you're interested in photography too, what I tried to do is take a camera with colored film.
Right.
I had a really good, I had a Zeiss camera
Right.
lens that was really good. And I would make pictures that I could use in my classes of how people solve food production problems.
Where they
Like then after I retired, I did work, greenhouses was one of my specialties, with plastic.
Plastic greenhouses.
That's the French thing. And I worked in Kuwait. I had some students from Kuwait. They came after that to Virginia Tech. And Saudi Arabia and United Arab Emirates. I've been there, United Arab Emirates 4 times, advising them on greenhouses and food production, that sort of thing. So to me, as I say, what I was doing wasn't work. I mean, I enjoyed traveling, enjoyed learning how other people solve problems, food problems particularly.
Okay, I've got a friend in England who knows his history, loves loves studying history, especially World War II. I mean, he lives in Britain, so they still see a lot of the effects of it directly. And he wanted me to ask you what you think of the current financial crisis, and if you think that it could bring about more figures like Stalin and Hitler.
I don't know. I certainly hope not.
Yes,
you know, as I say, I would certainly hope not. It's it would be just totally unacceptable to the World War II types
Yes, sir.
to have this situation go in that direction.
Definitely.
Yeah. Now we're very concerned about, at least I am, about the way this country's spending money like drunken sailors.
Exactly.
You know, like there's no tomorrow and don't worry about it.
It's
You know,
devaluing the dollar,
the
just
money's
like the
coming,
Deutschmark
yeah,
was
the money.
devalued at the
Has
end
to,
of World
yeah.
War One.
Has to. And if you keep devaluing the money, it's got to be worth less and less, like Argentina and some of the other places.
Exactly.
That you're going to need a wheelbarrow load of money to get bread.
Exactly.
That's
Exactly.
what's going to happen.
Just like in post World War One Germany, you had wheelbarrows of Deutschmarks just being
Yeah.
left out because nobody
That's
wanted
right.
it.
Yeah. No, that's a serious concern. Really is. The other thing, we have some strange things now that are hard for us World War II types to just accept.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, it was wonderful that they took us on this flight of honor.
Mm-hmm.
That was a wonderful trip, a nice thing. Here you got a group of like 100 World War II people. So you got to be at least 80
Mm-hmm.
to be in that group. I mean, I was young. I was like 21.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm 88. I'll be 89 in October 4. So, you know, I was not old in World War II. So if you say you're in World War II, you got to be, my figures, cutoff figures, you got to be at least 80 years old, or else
Right.
something's wrong. But anyway, that the height that I thought of an insult was when he got ready to board us. They had all these veterans. We had on special shirts, you know, with the flight of honor things and so forth. What did they do? We had to take off our shoes, take off your belts.
Mm-hmm.
Go through the same thing. I mean, no, this was a special flight. Now, I mean, not a flight they were taking any other passengers.
Right.
Just
you guys.
Just the veterans, yeah. You know. Still, we had to go through taking off shoes,
Oh.
taking off belts, and when we came back, I said, you know, I told the person, I said, I don't mind doing this, but I said, this is to me is ridiculous. If you in your own country, if you
Exactly.
yeah, we were veterans. We had to have either a passport or a driver's license to prove who you were and your age and that sort of thing, that you were the person that was going on this flight.
Right.
And they'd been through all that, no problem, and yet you still had to go through exactly the same procedures that some total stranger that is just walking into the airport goes through.
Right.
When we got ready to come back from Washington, they said, well, we're going to alleviate some of this inspection with the same people. You know, we went back through. This was in Washington. So it went through, and I didn't take off my belt. I had a little belt with a buckle about like this, you know, on my pants. And we didn't take off shoes. But they said, well, you've just made the flight and there's no problem. You've been here all day. And so you don't have to go through the same regulations. Well, I went through and set off something. And I said, well, it must have been the belt buckle. I don't have anything else. We'd given all our wallets and rings and stuff. The man said, I want you to step over here into this scanning machine and do this. I said, I was in World War II and wounded, and I never did that at one time. I said, I'll do it for you now because you say I have to. But I said, I never did that incident. I had to stand there and do this and be scanned. I thought that was unbelievable to me. I mean, just totally unacceptable.
I've got a lot of friends who are completely against those subjects.
That was, I thought, the height of it. I mean, yeah, you were being honored to go on the flight and all this, and then because of a belt buckle.
Make you go in the scanning.
They give you the total scan. That's when it came in. They brought in the ones, we had several people in wheelchairs.
Mm-hmm.
You know, of course you would.
Right.
That age. They, we visited World War II Memorial and the Air Force Memorial. I never had seen that. That was new to me.
The Air Force Memorial?
Yeah. That looks like a burst from rockets or something going out
Right.
like this. Very stainless steel like thing. It's very beautiful. And they presented a flag. They had took one down and presented it. They always give a flag to the oldest person on the flight, like veteran. The oldest. We had one that was 95, I believe, something like that. And they folded the flag and gave it to him, which was very nice. And Miss North Carolina went with us. She was a very attractive young lady. We had our picture made with her. And we had several other VIPs that went along with us on the flight. But it was a very nice flight, well organized and well done. And it was
I've got
a
a
very
buddy.
fitting tribute. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I'm glad you were able to do that.
Yeah, well,
For
I'm
sure.
glad I was.
I've gotten friends doing World War II reenacting, and we try. I guess the objective of reenacting as a whole, number one, is to have fun with it, and number two is to try to teach those who don't know a whole lot about history certain aspects of it and whatnot. And reenacting, to a large degree, focuses in on the material culture, like I said earlier. We both portray the 6th North Carolina, so we have this special belt buckle that the regiment was wearing, and we're going to 1st Manassas here this weekend, and we'll be wearing the North Carolina sack coat with the black.
The
Yeah, I've seen those, yeah.
150th anniversary, so
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
right.
So we're going to be doing that. Now, I've got friends doing World War II reenacting, and they're, same idea. They're looking at that material culture and trying to recreate the battles as accurately as possible as far as maneuvers and casualty figures. What do you think? What do you think of that aspect of it? Do you think that is important, or is there other aspects that should be brought out more by reenactors or by the culture in general? What should be remembered? What do you think should be remembered about your service and your buddy's service?
I guess the thing that it's hard for your group to address that, I think, what I'm thinking, is that it's very difficult to people who never have really understood the concept of this country being taken over by another way of life. How vital these things are, that we have good troops, good weapons, that sort of thing. In other words, your best defense is a good offense.
Yes,
in my
sir.
judgment. You got to be equipped, and so that I think my personal concern now is that with some of the moves Obama's been making, are not strengthening or enhancing our position,
Or weakening
our position.
Yes, sir.
Getting rid of atomic bombs, things like that. I mean, until we've got some other weapons that are equally as effective as that, I think that's a terrible mistake in my judgment. Now, I'd say the average citizen, the young people, wouldn't comprehend that.
Because they don't understand being there.
Yeah.
From having that
Oh,
threat.
the real hazard, I don't think they're aware of the hazards that exist out there to our way of life. If we just keep sliding along like we are now without really good direction and good solid defense of this country.